Hi guys, Spartan765 here. Today I'm doing a 200 round post range review on the Remington R51. Now, I got this thing about 6 months ago and I just hadn't gotten to shoot it yet, but I went and shot it the other day. Shot 200 rounds, wasn't really expecting a whole lot out of it because of what I'd seen from a lot of other guys who had the second generation R51. Complaining that the rounds would nosedive, and not failure to feed, pretty much. So I'm going to go over in my pros and cons about the gun and what I carry this thing. I shot 200 rounds. Every magazine I shot, except for the last magazine, was it has a 7-round magazine. Every magazine that I fired was 7 plus 1. So I'd put one in the chamber and load this thing to capacity. Why did I do that? Because, well, you're going to be carrying the gun with one in the chamber, so you want to know it functions reliably with one in the chamber, with a fully loaded mag. I had absolutely no issues with anything. I did have one small issue. I was using Freedom Munitions 115 grain reloads. Now, most of the guys that were having problems with these were saying it was with 115 grain that the rounds were nosediving. And was jamming up the gun, failure to feed. The only problem I had was I'm like 99% sure it was ammunition related. The gun, so I had one in the chamber, obviously a full magazine. I went to pull the trigger, the gun went off, but the slide locked up, just like this. The slide completely locked up. I sat here and I pulled and pulled and pulled. I couldn't get the thing. I took the fucking gun upside down on a bench, tried using the rear sight to push it, just couldn't fucking get it. So it was locked up. It had a stuck case. So I went and got a flathead screwdriver, kind of pulled the slide back a little bit, and then, whoops, right in between there, kind of pried just a little bit, not a lot. Just a little bit to try and loosen it up, kind of shook it a little bit between the bolt and the barrel. And yes, these things do have a bolt. This uses a Pedersen device. It's a falling bolt style pistol. Brain farting, sorry about that. It's a hesitation locked gun, which means there's a bolt that tilts when it's locked, and then that pressure will overcome that, and then the gun will cycle. Sorry, I had a complete brain fart there. But anyway, so I had to pry that open. What I think happened there was I think the casing itself wasn't sized properly. That's about all I can think of. I mean, there was nothing in the chamber, no burrs. Chamber's perfectly clean. So the only reason the gun really could have locked up like that was an improperly sized case. I mean, so I don't really blame that one on the gun. The gun shot phenomenally accurate, exceeded my expectations. The trigger on these things is not the best. I mean, it's got probably about a 6-pound pull, and then it breaks. It's almost like, it feels like when you pull the trigger, that it's actually catching on like a small hook or a burr. But other than that, I was able to do consistently at 10 meters or 33 feet, about 1.5 to 2 inches all day with the 200 rounds. My smallest groups are just about under an inch. Just about an inch, I should say. I didn't measure anything, but it was about an inch. And these are like 10-shot groups, or not 10-shot, 8-shot groups. So I was happy with the gun. The gun, it far exceeded my expectations in the accuracy department. I would have been happy with 4 inches, or would have been content with 4 inches, I should say. But these things do shoot very nice. Could use some trigger work though. As far as the comfort and ergonomics, it's got the grip safety here. One thing I did notice was, I don't know if you can see that on the camera right there, that nick on my hand. This is from a few days ago. It was kind of slide biting me a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I got fatter palms than usual. Palm swell is, there. I mean, and obviously after I started to get slide bit, my accuracy started to open up a little bit. Or my group sizes opened up a little bit because, naturally my hand was not liking it. But, I mean, as far as the gun shoots for self-defense, I'm not going to carry this gun as of now, because I still need to put at least another 200 rounds through it without no malfunction, just to be 100% it wasn't the gun. But I'm not going to carry this gun until I go out and shoot another 200 with it, make sure it works, and then 50 rounds of the self-defense ammo I'm going to be carrying to make sure it functions flawlessly. But yeah, I really haven't had any problems with this. Would I recommend it to a friend? I mean, yeah, it's a cool gun to own. I mean, what are they, about $400? It's unique, fun to shoot. Everybody, people at the range, kind of, well, what's that? Because people aren't used to seeing something like that. But yeah, I'd recommend one to a friend. Just make sure you shoot it first before you carry it, because there's a lot of other people on YouTube that have had problems with these things. This one, I'm seeming not to have anything, which is good. But anyway, comments, questions, send me a message, Spartan765 out.